You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
Charlie, starting with something a bit different. You're not a soccer fan outside of the World Cup, are you?
I mean, we got Inter Miami, but not really. I don't keep up like that.
So I'm a Man United fan. Today was the Europa League final, which is one of the many different tournaments they have for club football. And United lost. They are having their worst season of all time. But I won't let that keep me down. This is a Miami Dolphins fan base, a Miami Dolphins podcast. So, Charlie, tell everyone what time it is.
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. Kadeem, it's the off season. Not much out there, but the NFL did try to switch some things up, or maybe they tried to and didn't happen and stuff like that. We got rule changes and potential rule changes and playoff seedings and stuff like that. Did you know that the Miami Dolphins were one of the teams that proposed or that voted to keep the tush push? Were you aware of that?
I was aware of that. I did know. And that doesn't really surprise me for a number of reasons. The Dolphins don't play the Eagles twice a year. And no one else runs a tush push. So really and truly, the Dolphins don't really care. They aren't going to face it too often. But I also think maybe somewhere in the back of their minds are like, it starts with the tush push. What if next year it's motions, pre-snap motions? If the league doesn't like something, if they think it's an unfair advantage and they can't stop it, they're going to try and get rid of it. And there was a time where the league couldn't stop the Dolphins, pre-snap motions. They've kind of caught up, but if Mike McDaniel gets cooking again, he might be like, hey, I ain't stopping the tush push because you ain't stopping what I can do. That's based on nothing but my own opinion. But what do you make of the Dolphins' decision to not vote against the tush push?
So the teams that voted to keep it, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Browns, the Lions, the Jaguars, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Saints, the Paper Planes, and the Titans. So every team in the AFC East except the Bills, which is odd to me because the Bills kind of do it too. So I was a bit lost. Like, wait a minute. So the AFC East is all for it, except for the team that actually does it. So I didn't understand that part. But yeah, I don't know, Kadeem. I don't think there's a football decision in this for the Miami Dolphins. I think there's something else. We have a really good relationship with the Eagles. Like, that's one of our pipelines. Like, it's a part of our trading network. We always do trades and business with the Eagles all the time. So I'm not sure what I make of it yet. I was hoping you would say something that would spark like a reason why. Oh yeah, that is right. But nah, man, I don't know why the Dolphins were for this. And it's not like we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we got the tools to do it. And we haven't been successful with Alec Ingold, doing his 1 yard quarterback sneak impersonation, or same thing with Durham Smythe. So I don't know. I was a bit. It's not a big deal, but I'm like, okay. But I was surprised not to see the Bills behind it because they do it a lot.
But I can also imagine if you're the Bills, you probably think you will see the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and the last thing you want is to lose the Super Bowl to the tush push. Now, again, that's off the line of thinking of what I was thinking beforehand. But yeah, I wouldn't have banned it either. I would just change the rules. So it's like, okay, if the offense can get a push, then the defense can get a push as well, or the defense can do something to try and counter it. But that's not going to happen because of league safety. But league safety and all that kind of stuff, that's for next episode. Little spoiler alert, make sure you're subscribed to Go Time Dolphins. You don't want to miss anything coming up over the next few weeks.
It's Mental Health Awareness Month, the month of May. May mental health awareness month. CTE episode coming soon. Y'all know what time it is. Bro, speaking of, I guess it's along the lines of mental health awareness and injuries and player safety and all that. Asante Samuel Jr. Touche's 24. Asante Samuel Jr. has made a name for himself in the NFL, exceeded a lot of people's expectations. I kind of thought it was going to be what he is. And unfortunately, and this might be news to some. Unfortunately, he's a free agent now, and there's a market for him. Well, there was a market for him. It's probably to become one of the highest paid corners in free agency once he hit the market, open market. No one has touched Asante Samuel Jr. since he's been a free agent this offseason. And turns out he has a neck injury. Not only does he have a neck injury, Kadeem, he's had a procedure done, and correct me if I'm wrong, he has to go back under the knife for it. Is that right?
I don't think it's back under the knife, but it needs to go back for a checkup to be like, okay, it's progressing well enough that you can go back and play again, or hey, this doesn't look good. We now need to look at X, Y, and Z. As far as I know.
Right. So basically, yeah, all right. Maybe not going back under the knife, but it's like, all right, let's see where you are with post procedure. Scare you away from Asante Samuel Jr., Kadeem?
Yes and no. Shout out to Jason Keck. He said damaged goods. Any injury, especially surrounding the neck, is pretty serious. And it's not like you play a sport where it's non-contact. You might not be getting your neck involved, but you duck down. Even with the proper wrap up tackle technique, your neck's there to get hurt, unfortunately. So yeah, it's scary. But like with concussions and brain injuries, you not so much you don't know how to avoid them, but if the doctors say you're all good, then yeah, you're all good. Hey, there's nothing we can do to prevent it. You just have to be careful and I guess keep your fingers crossed. So yes, I'm worried, but with the Dolphins cornerback room at the moment, I wouldn't exactly let that stop me from taking a look, doing my own checks and signing him if everything turns out to be okay.
So I thought he just priced himself out the market. I'm like, he knows he's nice and he delivers. You know what I'm saying? He's a good corner. We need a corner. And I thought he just priced himself out the market because he's a smaller corner and he doesn't really play on the outside per se. And he's predominantly a nickel corner. He's better in the nickel. So I thought he'd probably actually get paid like a island corner. And there's no telling now what he's asking for. So I imagine what the Dolphins will probably go to him with if he clears is, hey, you have a neck injury, bro. We can't give you 4+ years, 3.5 years, or whatever type of contract. We want to give you something smaller. And that's really along the lines of the Dolphins bargaining. Like, that's what we do. Like, we want to low risk, high reward. You know what I'm saying? That's how we operate. So suddenly he's a perfect candidate for the Dolphins because that's what we always do. We always go off the players who, buy him low. You know what I'm saying? He has an injury, buy low, and then sell high eventually. So I'm gutted for him because he's a dude on the field. He's what we need, if I'm being honest. He's the quote unquote dog that everybody wants for this team. And to know that he has this injury, I don't know, man. I imagine you know if he gets cleared, like you said, I will say this first though. It is incredibly difficult to remove the head and neck out of football. Incredibly difficult. As a football player, your above your shoulders gets touched every single play on defense. It's gonna come into contact, even with good technique or poor technique. It's above your shoulders is in every single play. There's not a play where your shoulders are not involved or above your shoulders is not involved. And even if it's by accident or intentionally, it's like, man, it's incredibly difficult to remove it from the game. So unfortunately for one of my favorite corners, Asante Samuel Jr., man, if I hope it clears up for him. I hope there's some positive news in the near future, but also not just positive news, but a positive outcome for the years to come.
So what if I told you that there's no positive news?
Say what?
So he has a checkup in early July, and then after that he will speak to more teams. But apparently, according to an ESPN article dated May 12th, it says at the end of the season, Samuel described the injury as a stinger in both shoulders, but also a condition he has been dealing with since he was born. He declined to go into specifics, but said he wasn't concerned that would affect his career moving forward. So if he's had it since he was born, yes, there's an argument to be made. You played through college, you played for a few years in the NFL, but if this isn't going away,
bro,
does that change anything for you, Charlie?
No, it doesn't. It sounds like he's trying to say whatever he has to say to get the check. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I've been doing this since I was nah. I'm not buying that. Not even with your pounds. I'm not buying it. So I think he's gonna say whatever he can say. And I think if you ask any football player, they will tell you they will jeopardize their health to try to secure one more check for their family's future. And unfortunately, that kind of sounds like what he's trying to do. But again, hopefully it works out for the better. Yeah, man. I was watching which is interesting, Kadeem Weaver and Frank Smith. 2 seasons ago, Frank Smith was a hot name in the head coaching search. The Dolphins win 11 games, I think, maybe 12. How many games did we win that year? 11? 11 or 12 games. The Dolphins win 11 or 12 games, go to the playoffs, and Frank Smith is a hot button name. And he doesn't take any head coaching interviews or jobs. I don't know if he took an interview or not, but he opted to stay with the Miami Dolphins. And not even he's the OC, but he's not the play caller. He just decided, the Dolphins are doing something. We're really close. I'm staying here. I think a lot of us thought we were really close, even including Marino. Like, we're really close. This is as close as we've been since I've been playing. Basically, he said. Frank Smith is a head coaching among the head. How should I put this? Frank Smith is in the head coaching conversation amongst the NFL owners. Last year, Anthony Weaver was a head coaching candidate in the circles of the NFL. Here we are, Kadeem, taking a step back last year. Is it possible that Frank Smith, coaching for his potential head coaching life now, because he was right there at the doorstep, probably didn't like the teams that he had available to him, and then Anthony Weaver almost taking the Saints job, but Kellen Moore gets it. Is it possible that this team exceeds expectations, Kadeem?
Oh yeah, 100%. So shout out to Elwood Hodge. He says Weaver almost got as you just mentioned, Charlie, the New Orleans head coach job with last year's team. Watching with a great pass rush, Weaver makes lemonade. And shout out to Gerard Alfred over on X, aka Twitter, when speaking about Asante Samuel Jr. He said, "You absolutely take the risk with a player of that caliber for the right price." Thank you for commenting over on Twitter, X, and on YouTube. If you are on YouTube, smash the like button. If you're on Twitter, continue commenting, retweeting, all the good stuff. And Rob, hey, I hope your final goes better than United's final. What question would he get? Oh, so yeah, can it exceed expectations? Yeah, because expectations are essentially rock bottom. Not rock bottom, but some believe this team could be, in contention for a top 5 overall pick. No one has us really above 7.5 wins. I think Vegas has us around. So you get to 8-9 wins, you've exceeded expectations. Plus, the one interesting thing is I hear a lot of people say, if this team can stay healthy, but it's the same for 31 other teams. The Dolphins won't be the only team to deal with injuries this year. Yes, our injuries seem to debilitate us even more, but no team after the first preseason game, let alone the first game of the season, is healthy. It's fully healthy anyway. So yeah, you just have to deal with what you can as it comes.
Hey, Kadeem, let's take a timeout because I kind of want to say something about what you just said, but we'll take a timeout first.
100%.
Still listening? Then you're one of us. Got a day one Dolphins fan who hasn't found Go Time Dolphins yet? Put them on. As you're rocking with the show, don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating and drop a comment on your favourite podcast app, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music or Google Podcasts. It helps more Fins fans find the pod and keeps the community growing strong.
I disagree with you, Kadeem. This is why. There's no team in the past 2 seasons, no team in the NFL in the past 2 seasons where the injuries just decimated their hopes for the season. No team. You can't say not one team. And I'll give you 2 seasons. Like if you can find one team in 2 seasons, let alone the past 2 seasons, like the Miami Dolphins, where 2 years ago we like how we point out on this podcast that we were down like 12 players going into Kansas City playing in that minus 10 degree weather game. And then last year you don't have a quarterback because of concussion issues. So it's like when people say if they could stay healthy or if Tua is healthy or whatever they be saying, it's valid now, bro. Before it was not valid. It is more valid than ever. So I'm okay if people say that when they talk about the Dolphins. And I mean, what are our expectations for the Dolphins? What is your win total for the Miami Dolphins this season?
I think I've had them between like 8 and 11, again, depending on the health of the quarterback. But I guess my rebuttal would be, especially last season, this team didn't have as many injuries, but they lost a starting quarterback and didn't have him for the entire season. And that's the Vikings. The Vikings lost Sam Darnold. Actually, or even the Lions. The Lions had a lot of injuries last year. Yes, they kept the starting quarterback, but by the end of that season, the defense was down to its bare bones. Like, there's this stat where it's like they had like 20 players on defense missing. Now, some of it was, guys they brought in who then got hurt and all that kind of stuff. But the Lions were banged up last year and managed to find a way. And very quickly, shout out to Talibah TV. I don't want to talk about it. But I hope you're well. I hope you're good. And let me know if you go into the Trinidad game. That's going to be a good one. Jamaica v Trinidad in soccer. That's going to be an interesting one.
Turning the page. There I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. There I go. You know that song, Kadeem?
No idea. No.
That's such a good song. Turn the page. It's such a good. Metallica did it. I think Bob Seger did it first. But yeah, that's such a good song. All right. The Olympics, Kadeem. Like the actual. Go ahead. What you got?
Before we turn to that page, can we go back to a potential incoming free agent in Jedrick Willis Jr.?
Go ahead.
Only because former first round pick, I believe the Browns took him 10th overall when Tristan Russ was still on the board. That worked out well. But he did play with Tua at Alabama, and he was a prospect who wasn't that athletic coming out of college, but was NFL ready, quote unquote. What do you make of the potential of bringing in Jedrick Willis Jr. Even if it's just for camp?
Yeah, bring him in for camp. I wouldn't give him a contract. Like, oh, you're a former first round pick, so here goes a 4-year deal and hope you live up. Nah, bro. I can't remember the actual stats. Shout out to Elwood Hodge. He said Bob Seger. Yeah, Bob Seger did it first, and then Metallica redid it. I really like the Metallica version better than I like the original, if I'm being honest with you. But I think Jedrick had, and I can't remember off the top, but I think there's a stat out there where he was like statistically the worst first round like pick as an O lineman. He was just terrible. And when you think of that, it's like, oh, but the Dolphins are going to bring him in. And I understand someone said, well, we don't need him to be a first round pick. We just need him to be better than Liam Eichenberg because Liam Eichenberg's on the team. And off the top rope, Liam Eichenberg is going to keep catching strays. It is what it is. You make more money than I do. You can handle it. But that's real. Like, if he can make the team, we don't need him to start. So, yeah, he's worth a look. But, man, bro, I'm not excited about it.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could find that stat. And there's also last season story from the Daily Mail over here in the UK says that Jedrick Willis Jr. sat out a game. It was his decision to declare himself injured and basically got demoted. So, yeah, it was a bitter decision to sit out against the Ravens because he had extended his surgically repaired knee and didn't want to suffer a setback, but he then lost his starting job. So, you make bitter decisions. Yeah, you end up getting cut and could be the end of your NFL career. But yeah, Jedrick Willis Jr., an interesting one to keep an eye on. In what seems like there aren't many offensive linemen left for the Dolphins to bring in. But, you never know. Someone always gets cuts. There's trades, all the good stuff.
Can we move on to the Olympics?
100%.
Kadeem, what do I have to do to, like, participate in the Olympics? Can I, like, play on this flag football team? The Olympics, they added breakdancing last year or last Olympics. They added breakdancing, which I'm okay with, Kadeem. I ain't gonna lie to you. Breakdancing was an official category in the Olympics. Although Australia kind of, y'all boys is wild out there.
That one with the kangaroo thing, that was
so,
wild.
you know the story. She was like a part of the committee or something, and she like chose herself to represent Australia, something crazy like that. So anyway, I was cool with breakdancing being in the Olympics because you got all kind of other dancing that's in the Olympics. Like, why can't you judge all the other dancing, but you can't judge breakdancing? So I was cool with it. Let's do it. Sign me up. Flag football, on the other hand, I think it's going to be a part of the Olympics now, Kadeem. And I kind of like the idea. I don't know how much I love the idea of NFL players participating in the Olympics, but if we're going to do that, sign me up. I'm cool. Let's see it. The dream team in like 92 or 93 was the thing when it came to basketball. And if you look at the growth of basketball from then to now, it's like all the other countries are arguably better than the United States, if I'm being honest with you, like when it comes to basketball talent. So maybe this is probably the best way to grow the sport. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the Olympic Games and watch the growth from there. From what I understand, it is one player from each team can represent its country. Only one player. So if the Dolphins have Devon Achane, no one from the team can represent, from the Miami Dolphins can represent the United States. So one player from each team can represent his country. Who are some of the players, Kadeem, that you feel should or would be great flag football players from the Miami Dolphins?
Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, while they're still here, especially in the case of Tyreek Hill. You mentioned him, Devon Achan. Johnny Smith, potentially. He can get jiggy, make people miss in open space. Those would be. I'll give you one more. Give a little. I probably should give you 7, but I'll give you 5. I'm gonna go with Malik Washington. Those would be my 5.
Oh, that's solid. Malik Washington is solid. Listen, this conversation has been going on for like a week now. Not even gonna lie to you, bro. Everyone's talking about flag football. Justin Jefferson came out and said he'll love to win a gold medal, all the good stuff. I would love to be in the Olympics. Jamar Chase said something, I believe. A lot of people talking about the Olympics. You want to know something, Kadeem? You know what I didn't hear about the Olympics, Kadeem?
What's that?
Who's playing defense? Like, all I heard was all these offensive players. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about the offense and, flag football. Like, yo, who's going to play defense? Y'all act like we don't got to play defense in flag football. That's crazy to me. All I heard was offensive players, offensive players, offensive players. And I was going to throw some offensive players in there too. But still, bro, we need defense to win games, bro. That's crazy to me, bro. But Achan got to be my sole pick for the Miami Dolphins. I think, bro, it'll be cool to see Tyreek. I ain't gonna lie, it'd be cool to see United States bomb up some people. It's probably gonna be bad. It's gonna be like the dream team in basketball for a while. It's gonna be like what the mercy rule is gonna happen. All right, 3-run rule, 10-run rule, for real.
Rob says it's only going to be for the LA Olympics, and that's it, isn't it? Known as like a demo sport, like breakdancing was at the last one, and potentially, I can imagine it's one of those things where, depending on how successful it is, it might make a return at another one. But yeah, it could just very well be a one-off.
Is it enough to get your attention, Kadeem? Is it something that you like? I gotta see what this looks like. I gotta tune in.
Oh no, not at all. No.
Nah.
The only Olympic sport, I guess it's a winter sport, is curling. Everything else, and like the 100 meters. That's like must watch.
Bro, you watch curling, bro?
Curling is an elite sport. Curling is great. I love curling. Just a bit of chill. And there was some controversy with, it might be China, where they was like, what's the term called? I know this, like, call it curling China.
Bro, they were cheating in curling, bro.
Yes,
bro.
So
how you cheat doing that, bro?
Be careful doing that on YouTube. Like, that looks really dodgy. Like, that's the first thing. That looks really dodgy. But yeah, China were accused of burning a rock, which is touching a stone. Even if it's like the most like innocuous touch, it can like deter the path. So yeah, they were accused of deliberately burning rocks, and yeah. So yes, I'm saying, like it's not even it wasn't even an Olympic game. I am locked into curling. I know what's going on in the curling world. Shout out Cap for life. I thought of you over the weekend, Charlie. The FA Cup final. Do you know what it is?
Soccer, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The player who scored the winning goal for Crystal Palace had also recently won a chess tournament. Now, and he's like one of the best players around at the moment.
He's a grandmaster?
He's not a grandmaster, but like he can play chess and he plays it really, really well. We need to have like Spain, me, you, chess, 100%.
You know what, Kadeem? It's time. Winner loses their PS5
in chess.
Yes. Winner loses the PS5. What's up, Kadeem? Like, back at inception, the Go Time Dolphins podcast had a bet that you weren't going to wrap me up, and then we had 10 goals potentially. Like, we're going to play soccer and football, and in aggregate, the loser, the winner, you know what I'm saying, wins, and then the loser loses their PS5. This is it, Kadeem. A chess game. One chess game to determine who loses the PS5. Charlie Touche versus Kadeem Simmons for the PS5 in chess. And a Go Time Dolphins listener will have a chance to win it. I like it, Kadeem.
Yeah, I can't say no, but I'm gonna need to dust up on my chest. Like I ain't played in a while. No excuse. I'm just saying, like I need to move on from now. If there's anyone in the Dolphins community that plays chess and can, help me, I'm not looking at LB because they're gonna try and sabotage me. If you're playing chess and you can, I need some practice, hit me up 100%. Rob says this big chess match needs to be streamed. Hey,
we go stream it from Spain.
There we go.
We're going to stream it from Spain, and someone's going to win Kadeem Simmons PS5.
100%.
I like it.
Do you want to get into Jalen Ramsey in overtime?
Let's do it. Let's do overtime. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's showtime. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's showtime. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's showtime. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
Enjoying the episode so far? Whether you're watching in the comfort of your own home or on the go, Go Time Dolphins is where you want to be for your fix on all things Dolphins. So hit that like button, drop a comment below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel to help us keep growing and reaching more Fins fans around the world.
Charlie, what is your ELO?
It was like 1,100, and then I started taking some L's, and it's I don't know where it's at right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it was so bad, it got so bad. I got to take a break. I got to recalibrate.
That's fair. I don't think I have one, so I need to get one. Put it that way. Charlie, recent speculation is that Jalen Ramsey has many suitors in the NFL. Damn, Rob, that's harsh. Thanks. Wow. But yeah, that Jalen Ramsey has many suitors in the NFL. And that I guess we could be looking at a post-June, or very likely we're going to look at a post-June first trade. Go Time Dolphins had a episode quite recently, which due to some unforeseen YouTube reasons has to get taken out of YouTube, but it's still available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your audio podcast from. So go and listen back to hear what that news was. What do you make of the rumor / speculation that Ramsey has loads of suitors across the league?
It makes sense because now compensation is for 26, not 25. So it makes sense. I still would have liked seeing it done for this draft because I feel like so much is on the table right now for the front office and for the Miami Dolphins. Unless there's something to be said about the speculation that, Chris Greer and McDaniel aren't going anywhere ever because Ross is getting too old and doesn't want to rebuild and restart with a whole new regime that's going to take 4 more years to get back into contention. So there could be something said about the patience that Ross has. So why eat that cap hit when you could just wait literally a month and a half for June 1st to arrive, and then you can make a trade. So if you look at Chris Greer trading futures and trading back, and not trading Ramsey until post June 1st, I don't think these boys going nowhere, Kadeem. And then it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, there's a chance as I go to my home screen on my phone, which is no longer Tua. This is crazy. First time in 5 years, Tua is not on my home screen on my phone. That's wild. But as I go to the home screen, there's a chance, Kadeem. Dolphins start off 6-2, looking real good against the suey teams, just mopping the floor with the bad teams. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, what is it? What is it nowadays? 12-6, 12-5. Dolphins go 12-5, right? And it's real good. We put up 50 points against the Browns. Well, not the Browns. They got a good defense. We put up 50 points against the Paper Planes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everything's good. But then we lose in the second round of the playoffs. And everyone's happy that we made a first round win. So it's like, I don't like mediocrity, Kadeem. And this is all we've been getting, bro. So I don't know, man. I hear what you're saying about Ramsey and he has suitors. But there's a chance. There's a small chance. Although, bro, you know I'm practical. I'm very practical and logical. I do believe there is a chance for the Dolphins to exceed some expectations, even with Ramsey leaving, because you got this D-line that is, I was going to say balls to the wall, but since I just said it, like, you might as well go with it. Like, bro, we got a pretty deep D-line, bro. So maybe they're just hoping they could hold down the fort on the defense.
Anthony Weaver spoke to the media on Wednesday, was asked about the possibility of Ramsey leaving the team. And he says, yeah, I've got to be honest, I've been in this league too long that anything I hear at this point, like, I have very little reaction to it other than COVID. That one I had a little bit of reaction to, but this game, things change by the day, right? And I have a tremendous amount of respect for Ramsey. He played very good ball for us, but relationships are hard, right? He's chosen to go other ways, and I respect and I wish him nothing but the best moving forward. He was also asked, you know, how the defense is going to look without Ramsey. He says, yeah, I'm fine with that. That's the league. The one thing I know, whether it's through injury during the season or what's happening here with us with Jaylen, I'm not getting any sympathy cards from anybody. It's my job and our job collectively as a staff to find a way to make these pieces work. And what I know is every player that is here is trying to get better, and they just bought in. So just really pleased with where we're at this point. And then very quickly talking about the group he has at the moment. To this point, all I've seen is a bunch of guys who are competitive, are tough, and are just hungry to get better. And usually when you have that combination with good coaching, you're going to find a way to make it work. Ultimately, the cream will rise to the top, but I have ultimate faith in all the guys in that corner room right now who are going to go out there and play for us. You said quite a lot.
Yeah, so I was watching that when he said it. And he also said he was surprised that Zeke Biggers was there in the 7th round for us. He was like, I didn't think he was going to make it to the 7th round. Now, when the Dolphins select Biggers, the D tackle, the D lineman from, I'm not going to get that one. But when the Dolphins select Zeke Biggers, and, you know, for me, it's like, all right, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what they got. And okay, cool. I get it. It's a deep D-line draft. And 4th round picks are going to make it to the 5th round. And you're going to have a 3rd round pick that makes it to the 4th round. And apparently Zeke Biggers might be a dude. When McDaniel does it, or when Greer drafts him, it's like, okay, let's see. But when Weaver says it, I'm like, oh, Weaver might know a little something. He's not really a part of the fabric of the foolishness of Miami. You know, he hasn't been here long enough to get any shots taken at him. So when Weaver said it, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of, okay, see, let's see what's going on here. That being said, Kadeem, you're gonna have a healthy Bradley Chubb. The same Bradley Chubb where he came to the team and the sack total went up +10 when he arrived. It was crazy. So you're going to have a 1,000,000% healthy Bradley Chubb from day one, which we didn't have for a long time now, over a season and a half, it feels like. That, bro, and you have a Chop Robinson that's coming on strong. Then you have Jalen Phillips, recovering Jalen Phillips, which I'm not excited about, but we don't have to rush Jalen Phillips again. So I don't know, bro. I'm optimistic. However, I'm realistic. And I do not see the Dolphins, bro. I see the Dolphins losing to Atlanta and the Chargers, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I just see that happening, and then Dolphins barely eking out 9 to 10 wins. But if we get to 12, it's not going to surprise me because we're supposed to win 12 games.
Yeah, so much to unpack with what we've said. I urge you to go check it out after this episode, but also after this episode, go back and check out our previous content, including the reveal of the Dolphins color jersey they will wear and when they will wear it this season for the rivalries kit. Anything else to add, Charlie?
That's all I got.
Then make sure you tune in next week where we will be talking about mental health awareness, how to make the NFL safer, head injuries, all that stuff is a topic that's very near and dear to the Go Time Dolphins YouTube channel, podcast, all the good stuff. So until then, we shall see you soon. Peace.
Lose it.